First of all, we have this amazing thing called Front Row from Home. So basically, we are putting you, the phenomenal, fierce, fabulous, talented Ava Max, right in the living rooms of all of our wonderful listeners all over the country. I don't know how you've been doing. You've been managing to stay extremely busy in what is probably the not only craziest, but least interactive, least conducive to productivity year.
Well, I have to say, I have the best management. I have the best label. I have the best team. Like they're really on it. Like they really help me stay busy, which is actually good for my mental health, because when in March, I wasn't that busy and I just like was losing it. So I think amen to people who can really calm down in this mess and find their zen, because it's very hard.
Well, I was going to say, I think especially too for creatives, and I love that about you. I think that you're very honest, and that's something that I talk about with a lot of artists. It's become so exciting and refreshing to do the job that I do, because I think we're in this time when fans just want accountability and they want transparency and they want to be able to have real connection, the people that they're listening to. Even though your music is escapism and your music takes them to other places, they still want to know what's behind the different hair and the fashion and the lyrics. And you've done a great job of doing
Thank you.
things. And I know that that's not easy, right? To be this persona and then to also
vulnerable,
be yourself. Yeah. How were you able to deal with the mental health element of things when you were in quarantine and when you were uncertain of when you might be able to get back to doing what I'm sure breathes life into your soul?
Yeah, well, ever since I was little, I've always had this feeling of like, go, go, go. Like I never liked staying in one place all the time. So it's been very, very challenging for me and my brain to really do nothing and stay in one place and just quarantine. But, we have to do it, and we had to do it. So, it was very challenging, but, I found ways to cope, like meditation, running outside, cooking, movies. I've seen, after the first month of quarantining, I saw my family. So that was nice, because I was quarantining from them because I was nervous. And even now I'm nervous. I mean, we're living in a state of fear, and it's also really bad for the mental health. So I think the best thing to do is kind of walk daily somewhat outside and get fresh air. Yeah, exactly. That's so important, not to be cooped up in your room. So yeah.
Well, and all of those things, definitely checking the boxes. I still have not mastered meditation. My for some reason just will not shut off sometimes. I'm like, just be quiet for 2 seconds. But I joke all the time and I say the one thing that has not been disappointing in this year has been the music that we have gotten. And before we get into some of the new stuff that you've dropped, which has been absolute fire, I want to talk to you about Bathroom Diaries, please.
Okay, so I was doing them a lot on tour, and then I stopped because I thought they were ridiculous. But, I had a little moment the other day, and I had to go for it.
I was so here for that moment, and please don't ever think they're ridiculous. Continue to give them to us, because it's also fun to see what you vibe out to. So I wanted to ask you, what has been your music vibe aside from your projects through 2020 and especially summer 2020? Because summer is usually the time when we turn up, right? Musically,
Yeah. My favorite, okay, so ever since I was 14, which has been a really long time, basically over a decade, I've been listening to this artist to calm me down. You are going to laugh. Collie Buddz has been my go-to.
Shut up!
Do you know Collie Buddz?
Yes!
He's my favorite. His music and Come Around, Blind to You, Sensitivia, like all those. I just put that album on and I'm just like, it's lit for me the entire day. Even when I do photo shoots or music videos, like my management knows to like put that on, and I'm just like, hey, like I just like, it reminds me of good times. And also since I was 14, I've been listening to him. So it's like, it's a nostalgic feeling, and also he's just so soothing, his songs. I love the reggaeton.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, honey. That's the beauty of musicians, and I think of where music is going right now. There's just so much collaboration. Like the lines are being blurred, the lanes are all merging. It's like you know, you're all just kind of artists right now. And I think that's a true testament because real artists listen to all kinds of and take inspiration from all genres, right?
100%. I love all genres. Honestly, I haven't gotten into screamo, but
Oh,
maybe I'll get into screamo one day. But
I need you to protect the vocal cords. Please protect the cords.
but everything else, you know, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now, I do want to ask you, like I said, we're going to focus on the music, but what's the next hair color? You've been going with this sorbet. I've seen the blonde. I loved the mermaid look, especially in like the Kings and Queen video, that purpley blue.
Thank you.
Fabulousness. Do you have an idea? Do you think about this long and hard, or do you just wake up one morning and go, you know what? It's time to change the hair.
Well, I have a really big surprise coming tomorrow. It's the surprise of the year. So it'll tell you why I've been going back and forth in blonde and orange. It'll basically reveal everything tomorrow. So
Okay, so tomorrow. So make sure we
got the scoop.
locked in on the social media. All right. Well, now I'm like, can it be tomorrow already?
So
oh no, okay. So as far as the music goes, so let's talk about, so I'm very excited. You have a new song dropping on Thursday.
yes. Who's laughing now?
Okay, the little teaser clip that you put up on like Twitter, you know, just with the graphic and a little bit of the beat, girl, the production sounds insane.
Thank you. Okay, so this song has a little like, it's pop, but it has like a dash of reggae in it.
Okay.
Like a dash.
I love
So
it.
like it's like a sprinkle. You'll hear it. And it's kind of in a way Psycho Part 2, especially with the video coming out on Thursday.
By the way, any more like haunted video shoots, or have the ghosts been staying away?
The ghost's been staying away, but I feel like I always hear him like randomly, like, you know, I'm just like, you know, but they like to follow me. I think they're good energy though.
Okay, good. Well, no, because you told us about the hotel where you shot the Psycho video, right? And you were like, I swear this place is haunted.
That was the bad vibe. But this, I've been feeling good energy.
Good. We need as much good energy. Look, we'll take it from the living. We'll take it from the dead. We'll take it wherever we can get it in 2020.
Yes.
I tell you. Now, Kings and Queen, I feel like that is like quintessential Ava Max, right? Like that's just that big vocal, big song, big pop. Right? It's fabulous. Is there any?
Making me blush. I'm like,
sorry. You know, every once in a while, I gotta give you all the love you deserve. Not often, but you know, was there a story behind that? I mean, I know you're a great lyricist. Like, where did that come from? Is this a part? I know you like to tell stories in your album, how you drop songs. So
years and years of like trying to make it in the industry. I feel like every song kind of has a dash of that, a little bit of, I don't want to say revenge, but a little bit of a like, oh yeah, like here you go, here, I'm here. We are queens. We are here to stay. This is what the song is about. I want to see queens in positions of power. Like I grew up seeing a lot of men in positions of power, and it was very strange for me. And then I learned later on in life and later in my teens, I'm like, this isn't how it's supposed to go. Women are just not given the opportunity they deserve. And so I think until we're equal, the fight continues. So
yeah. Yes, it does. But you know what, though? I will tell you this. As kooky pants as this year has been, the change that I think we're all beginning to feel is real change, right? It doesn't feel superficial. People are backing down from the things that they're passionate about and the things that they feel convicted about. And I don't think that it's going to get any better anytime soon, but I think the fight is going to continue. And that's the most important thing. I think that people are really at that point now.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? It's either go big or go home, right?
100%. Like, we have to unite. I think nothing happens if we don't unite. So we have to, that's the number one thing I want to continue to see, that we just unite, because if we unite, we're very powerful. So
we are, and especially women, especially
women.
That's all of our sisters, our black, our brown, our yellow, everybody. We need all of us to stand together, united, you know, let us lead the way. Just get out the way. And especially I think this Gen Z is just next level with it, right? Like their wokeness is crazy, their social awareness, their passion, their conviction.
We just have to be super vocal. And I think the more we continue to be super vocal and spread awareness, that is important. And especially social media now, we have a big platform, and I'm trying my hardest. You know, it's hard for me to be vulnerable on social media, and I'm learning. And I think that's the best we can do, is just soak things in like a sponge and learn, and then continue to be more vocal.
Yeah, you know what? I have to ask you, do you ever feel pressure on your social media to either say something or not say something? And how do you react? Because it's difficult not to engage in the comments, especially when it's something that's close to your heart, right? Like when something is so clear to who you are as a person, and then somebody comes in and just is so blind to the way you see the world. What do you do in those circumstances? And I'm asking that as somebody in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, in my head, I feel like you can't change the way people think, right? Like I've learned that a long time with friends, with people I've worked with. Like you can't change the way people think. They're going to think what they think, and you can think all you want. You're going to change them. You can try, but you know, I think it's all about ourselves. But like being vocal on what we think we believe, right? And then maybe we change a few on the way. But I think changing someone like in the comment section and causing a ruckus, that right there is just going to cause more drama and lead to like what you believe being diminished. So I think it's all about spreading positivity. And I think the more we spread positivity and on what we believe in, I think that will be good. I think the fighting of it all is not gonna change anything. Against like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's more important for you to be vocal about what you believe in instead of starting an argument.
I got you. Yeah. I'm always here for great dialogue. I will never, ever, ever shy away from great dialogue. But when it gets, like you said,
words can get twisted.
To that back and forth, it's just like, you know what? God bless.
Exactly.
Light.
Exactly. That's like the telephone game. Words get twisted. It's like,
yes, honey. Oh, goodness gracious. Do they ever? Now, speaking of social media, you have been using yours. Best New Artist, MTV VMAs.
Oh my God. It's insane. Is it Best Push? Best New Artist?
Best Push. Yeah, the push.
Best Push. But it's crazy because I won Best Push at the European Music Awards last year.
Okay.
And I didn't even think I was going to win at all because there were so many amazing nominees. And so I was joking. I was like, no, this isn't for me, right? And so now being nominated in America is just like unreal. Yeah.
Phenomenal. You know, it's all that hard work that pays off. We never see it in the immediate moment, right? And it's like, figure you're so far beyond all the work that you've already done. You're on to new projects and you're focused on the future and all these great ideas that you have for what's next. And now people are celebrating the things that you've already, done that you've probably forgotten about. So it's well-deserved. Again, we're excited. Kings and Queen is doing great. We've got the new song, Who's Laughing Now, obviously coming out. You're on James Corden's virtual show. I'm saying all of these things because, like I said, this is when most people have been locked in their homes and you have been out here pushing it. What's next? Like, what else do we have?
This week, again, has a lot of surprises. And also, the music is coming in strong also this year. So,
okay.
A lot of people are going to think, I'm going to be done after releasing a few releases, but it's ongoing this year. So it's not stopping.
I absolutely, though, it's so exciting. And the one thing about you is that you never disappoint as far as the creativity goes, visually, artistically. So whatever is coming, I'm excited for Thursday. I can't wait for tomorrow. Around what time are we going to, do you have time?
Around like noon. I'm about to release something else in about 30 minutes as well. Another snippet of Who's Laughing Now. So yeah.
Oh my, well, I can't wait to hear that, girl. I'd end this conversation early, but I'm not going to do that. So I could get ready and be prepared. Can I ask you though, I know we have a couple minutes left. Kane Brown and Thomas Rhett.
Oh, they're so sweet. Yes. Oh my God. I love that collaboration. And Scooby-Doo. Hello. I love that. I love that movie. And I was so honored to work with them. And we did a quarantine style music video. So they came and set it up with masks and then left. And then I shot it basically myself with the director on Zoom. And I was like, it was so weird. But it works.
That's dope though. I love it. Like we gotta, that is one thing that we're proving to ourselves. I think how resourceful we can be, right?
100%.
You wallow in it for a minute and then it's like, let's go. And that's the one thing that I do love about music and entertainment is that creatives can't stay still. Like to what you were saying, it's like, you've got to be creating. So it's like, okay, how are we going to make this happen? How are we going to get this done? You also did a phenomenal cover of If I Was a Boy.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I love pop music. I do. Not all of you get to really exercise and showcase your true vocal talent all the time. Do you live for moments like that though, when you can really just belt something out? It's not necessarily about radio friendly or getting radio play, or it's summer and it needs to be this certain vibe. When you really just get to.
If I just feel like doing that, a cover, like I just do it. So like, I just post it. I don't really think about it. Like it happened within like an hour. I just got on my computer, started listening to songs, and then I just started singing it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll post it. So it felt like right to just release it into the world. But I think covers for me are fun because I grew up singing covers. So when I get to do it now, when I have time to do it, I'm just like, you know what? This feels so good. These are the classics I grew up on, like like Mariah Carey, Beyonce, Celine Dion. Oh my gosh, Whitney. Those are
that was just. It was such a different era though. Like I've gone back and gotten sucked into the YouTube tunnel, right? When you just start watching all the videos. And it was just different because we have artists like yourself that have that vocal power. And again, it's just that not all music lends itself
100%.
All the time. You know what I mean? But it's so exciting when you get to see somebody, or when you get to go see you live in concert and you really get to kind of turn it up, right?
I'm gonna slow things down, you know.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. The last thing I want to touch on, Ava, because you are such a fashionista, like look at you in your little Louis Vuitton PJ. I saw that. Do you miss getting dressed up? I miss getting dressed up sometimes, like having places to go and just play in your closet and throw in a great 5-inch, 6-inch heel. Like, do you miss?
You would be surprised at how many times I just put on heels to cook. Like, could laugh so hard. You'd be like, what are you doing? Like, I'm literally just walking around in my heels because I miss them.
No, I was trying to tell my followers, I was like, ladies and gentlemen, do not neglect your shoes. Like they will remember. They will remember when this is all said and done. They will come for you. Let me tell you. I'm glad to know I'm not the only person that misses their clothes and misses their
I'm like cooking my eggs in the morning with my stilettos.
Yes,
like, it's so much fun. And I'm just like, I just feel cuter, you know? So I don't know.
No, when you're dressed, you do feel different. It's empowering when you look good. Feel good. When you feel good, you look
get
good.
more discipline, not to eat the carbs.
There you go.
Like, cause when I'm in my sweatpants, I'm like toast, butter, cheese, Nutella. But then, like when I'm in my slides, I'm like egg whites.
Yeah, when you're in your Zanattis, you know what I mean? And you're like, yes. Ava, you are always so amazing to talk to. Again, Who's Laughing Now out this Thursday. What is Thursday's date? The 30th.
Ooh, is it? The 30th.
It's the 30th. You've got a lot of exciting things happening tomorrow. I know you're getting ready to drop that new little snippet, which I can't wait for. Is there anything else that you want us to know before we part ways? And
the album is coming, and it has a lot of new records on it, and they're all pretty much anthems, you know? So it's kind of impossible for me not to write an anthem lately.
Well, like I said, we are always here for it. And the more of you we get, the happier we will be and the better 2020 will be. So girl, please continue to push out this amazing content and this great music. We love you. Your vibe is always phenomenal. Thank you for being a part of Front Row from Home. Obviously, we love Sweet But Psycho. We're here for Kings and Queens, and we cannot wait for Laughing Now.
Thank you. So good to see your face again. Thank you.
You too. When you are in Miami, please stop by.
I will. And stay healthy and stay safe.
You too.